well, just got done doing a little bit of tanning outside. About to get ready for the gym here. Had about 5 eggs scrambled, couple of turkey sausage patties, and some sweet potatoes for breakfast. So, pretty good breakfast. Yes, my house is an absolute disaster right now, but I got a few cats laying around doing what kind of wish I was doing today, but I am going to the gym. Today is Sunday. I usually only work out Monday through Friday, but I missed Friday to go see the Superman movie. So we're going to go today to kind of make up for that. So I'm going to start getting ready here, do a little bit of showing of the pre-workout that I'm currently taking. Then we'll get changed and be on our way. All right, changed. Got the Vital apparel on. Gonna do a little bit of pre-workout here. Thankfully, I've recently gotten ambassador or affiliate, whatever you want to call it, for Legion supplements, which was something I was already using. Natural, clean, science-based supplement company. Really like it quite a bit if you want to check them out. Small amount of ingredients as opposed to your average. If you look at your average pre-workouts or proteins or anything, it's probably around 16 to 17 individual ingredients. These have around 6 to 8, depending on kind of what you've got there. Got the caffeine one and then the non-stem. I am going to do caffeine because it is 2 in the afternoon and not 6 o'clock after work, which is when I usually take that. So gonna do scoop or so of this. It calls for 2, but I don't do a whole lot of caffeine in my diet, so I'm just gonna do 1, and that usually gets me pretty well through. Do a set with 115 pounds on the lat pull down machine, probably 10 reps, kind of a warm up. It's not gonna be fully to failure. Then I'll bump it up to 130, kind of right to your side, and slowly back up. My lats are holding the weight the entire time. Oh, felt really good. So I'm gonna bump it up to 130. Do a couple more, and then we'll jump over to um, back row or whatever you want to call it. I'll tell you, it is nice to be here on a Sunday. I don't know if that goes for all gyms or just the Planet Fitness here, but this Planet Fitness is busy. But on Sunday, not too bad. There's probably, I don't know, 8 to 12 people running around on the machines, and then everyone else is pretty much doing cardio. Parking lot was about half empty. So anyway, we're gonna be doing back row. I am having to use a different machine because surprisingly mine's taken. I'm doing the cable one that has 2 cables. So I had to lower the weight. I'm on 50 pounds. I think that must equate to around 100, 115. Maybe it's 100. I don't know all the mechanics behind it because I usually do about 120 on the other one. I'm gonna do this first set at 50. I'm gonna do about 3 sets, failure around 10 reps. Then we're gonna switch over to the rear delt machine and then move on to our bicep. All right. Oh, that actually feels really good. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna jump to 60 for these next 2. Perhaps not the best camera angle in the world, but working with what I got. A little bit of Vital Apparel in the mirror back there. Clothing company I'm an ambassador for. Check them out. Code Aaron Fit. They got pretty good stuff. So, like I said, I am doing a rear deltoid fly. I do a little bit different. You should be able to see on here, you know, they have this pad for your hands. And sometimes, if I feel like it, I will do it this way. But I actually like, I don't know if it's more of a power dynamic, a control thing or what, but I actually like to grab it like this. Almost like you're Samson or something and you're pulling something apart. I know he pushed the pillars, but still. So you're pushing it back like that. I personally feel it so much more on my rear delts than the other way. I actually feel like not only does it hit my rear delts better, but I feel like it also stretches across my entire upper back. A little bit of like a lower trap area. So that's how I like to do them. If that's completely wrong, you can comment and tell me why not. But I will say, I'm not really a science-based lifter, but I don't have anything against science-based lifting. I don't know enough to tell you that it's wrong, that's for sure. But just because something is science-based, I personally don't think that that trumps what you enjoy. You know, if you absolutely do not enjoy, I don't know, flat bench press, because it's not optimal, especially for hypertrophy standpoint, than other exercises. But let's say, for example, somebody did tell you, hey, bench press is the most optimal, and it was science-based. If you do it, you know, a few times over the course of a week, a couple of weeks, and you're like, I just don't like how it feels, I don't like this setup, I don't like whatever, then don't do it. If you move over to a dumbbell, I probably said this example backwards, since dumbbell bench press would be more optimal than flat bench barbell. But anyway, let's assume in this situation that flat dumbbell bench press was not as optimal, but you do it and you like it better because of the stretch, or maybe you feel it less on your shoulders or whatever it is, then do it. That's my opinion. I think you should do what you like. Because at the end of the day, I still believe that mind muscle connection and intensity are always going to trump optimal. I don't know. That's just me. I try to enjoy the sport and not overcomplicate it. So I'll do a little bit of a set here, and then we'll move on to all our biceps. That was a little bit more of a, I probably could have done a couple more to failure, but I'm actually going to bring the seat up. I'm going to do a couple more of these, and I'll see you over there on preacher curls. Then I'm going to do three working sets. And then we'll move on to some hammer curls, which I probably won't show since I'll be using dumbbells. And I don't think I'm going to be able to set up the camera very good. Then we'll switch over to seated hamstrings, lay down hamstrings, and then we'll do a little bit of flexing, posing. People seem to like that. I do not compete, nor probably will I ever. And I don't know how to pose really, but we'll do it for the gram, so to speak. So. This is kind of still my first warm-up set, so I won't go completely to failure. Well, we are done with that. I actually ended up not doing the lay down hamstrings and just did an extra set of the seated because they felt really good. So we'll do a little bit of a pose down here. Like I said, I'm not a pose expert. I don't do shows or anything. So this is kind of just for the gram. And I'm actually still a little bulked up. My quads are starting to come in pretty good, but I'm looking at losing about 5 to 6 more pounds in the next 30 or so days. I go to the beach in a little over 30, and then again a month and a half after I get back. I don't have the greatest leg genetics, but in the past 4 months I have made insane progress. Like I said, I don't know anything about posing, but anyway, that's what I currently got. Little best shorts in the market. Battle Apparel, Code Aaron Fit. Not actually sure what this looks like. I feel like my rear delts are trying to come in a little bit. Calves, kind of, like I said, I'm going to lose a little bit more weight, but that's about all I got for the day. I'm going to try to keep doing these as time goes on, just because I enjoy it, even if I only get 10 views ever.